All right, let's talk about artificial intelligence. You hear that phrase AI thrown around everywhere, right? But what on earth does it actually mean? Well, today, we're going to cut right through all the hype and just break it down in simple, practical terms that anyone can understand. Let's dive in. To really get a grip on AI, we actually have to start with something way simpler: how computers normally work. Think about it like a game of Simon Says. For the most part, computers just do exactly what we tell them to. They follow a strict set of instructions. And this is what we call automation. It's all about fixed rules. For instance, imagine you set your coffee machine to brew a pot at 7 a.m. every single morning. The rule is super simple. If it's 7 a.m., make coffee. And the machine follows that rule perfectly every time. It never gets creative, it never decides to sleep in. The outcome is always the same. Okay, but here's where that simple, rule-based world kind of hits a wall. What happens when things aren't so black and white? This is where you see the huge difference between a machine just following orders and a human expert who actually understands what's going on. So let's go back to our coffee example. That automated machine, it's stuck doing its one thing. But a real human barista? Whoa, that's a different story. They adapt. They learn your usual order just by seeing you walk in. They can handle a crazy custom request like half calf, extra foam, but not too hot. Why? Because they understand context. And that's something a simple rule-following machine just can't do. And that right there, that's the big question, isn't it? We've got tasks that are perfect for rigid, simple rules, and we have tasks that clearly need that human touch. But what about that giant space in the middle? The jobs that are way too messy and complicated for simple rules, but maybe too big or repetitive for a person to do efficiently. Well, that is the problem AI was built to solve. So, if we can't just write a perfect checklist for every complex task, what's the alternative? Well, instead of telling the computer the rules, we have to find a way for it to learn the rules on its own. And the way it does that is actually pretty familiar. Let's use an everyday example. Think about how you learn to recognize a specific dog breed, let's say a beagle. Someone might start you off with a simple rule like, oh, they have floppy ears. But lots of dogs have floppy ears, right? So that's not enough. So then you're shown hundreds, maybe thousands of pictures of beagles, and after a while, something just clicks. You just know a beagle when you see one. You can't even explain the exact rules anymore. You've just intuitively learned the pattern. Well, AI learns in a very similar way, just by crunching massive amounts of examples to find those hidden patterns. And this brings us to what is probably the most important, the most crucial thing to understand about AI. This incredible ability to spot patterns is, well, it's amazing. But it is not the same as human thinking. Not even close. It's a huge misconception, so let's make this crystal clear. The main thing to remember is this: AI is not human intelligence. It doesn't have feelings, or consciousness, or a genuine understanding of the world. It's a tool, a powerful tool for finding patterns at a scale that we humans just can't handle. It's a different kind of intelligence altogether. So, when an AI has seen all those dog photos, it doesn't know what a dog is. It isn't thinking, oh, what a cute puppy. Nope. What it's actually doing is calculating probabilities. It's looking at a new image and predicting the likelihood that this new image matches the dog pattern it learned before. At its heart, AI is a prediction machine. And how does it get so good at predicting? Simple. Data. The more examples it sees, whether it's pictures of dogs or spammy emails or stock market data, the better its patterns get and the more accurate its predictions become. The data is the teacher. And when we say AI makes a decision, what we really mean is it's just turning that prediction into an action. If it predicts there's a 99% chance an email is junk, its decision is to pop it in your spam folder. If it predicts you'll absolutely love a certain movie, its decision is to put it on your home screen. It's just prediction turned into an automated action. Okay, so AI is a pattern-finding, prediction-making machine. Cool. But why does that actually matter to you and me? Well, because it finally lets us automate all those complicated, fuzzy tasks that were just impossible for regular computers to handle before. So here's the bottom line. AI is so incredibly useful because it basically gives us superpowers for finding patterns and making predictions. It can look at medical scans and spot things a doctor might miss, or it can predict traffic, or even just organize your vacation photos for you. It takes care of the complex, data-heavy stuff, and that frees us up to do the creative, strategic, human things that we're best at. So the next time you hear about AI, don't think about some sci-fi robot. Just think of it as a really powerful pattern-finding tool. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? What hidden patterns in your own work or in your own life could a tool like this help you discover? Thanks for tuning in.